forgot how to start these videos. Hello, welcome back to myself basically, because I haven't recorded a YouTube video in so long. Honestly, even socials have been slacking a lot. There is a lot of demotivation right now as well, but we're back and today I'm going to answer your questions. So last week, but I think it was the week before. I think so. Anyhow, I posted on my Instagram like the question box, and I am here to answer your questions. Now, I literally just wrote them down in notes. They're not really after each other, so they're not really categorized. Okay, so everything's here, by the way. Also, look how cute it's a greyhound. Okay, so let's get into it. What question do I start from? Should I just go randomly, or should I try and put them in order? You know what? I'm gonna go randomly. They're gonna be jumping a bit. It's fine. Okay, so first question. Besides your athletic goals and dreams, what are your biggest dreams for your life? Lyle in the background, of course. Okay, so starting off with a really deep one, actually. So I think with regards to like goals and dreams, I've always wanted to travel. Something I would love to do is like travel and go volunteer with animals. So that's like a big goal in my life. And apart from that, I really want to have a family eventually when I'm older. So I would say those are like two of my goals. It's nothing fancy, honestly. Like, I think I'm quite simple, but I just want to like build a life that I am happy with, and yeah, just be surrounded by people that make me happy, my family. Have a lot of Italian greyhounds. I need like 3 at least. So next, dream vacation destination or next globe trottering spot. Okay, so honestly, I would love to travel everywhere. Like, how can someone have one dream vacation? I want to go to so many places. I want to go to Finland and see the Northern Lights. I want to go to Japan. I want to go and Asia. Like, I just love Asia. Like, I really, really would love to go there. I want to go to Australia again because I really enjoyed it over there. But basically, everywhere. I want to see everywhere, step by step. We've got a long way to go. And there's actually like the question after it is, have you ever been to Asia, such as Singapore? And no, I have never been to like anywhere in Asia. Again, it is definitely at the top of the list. Who knows? Maybe I'll slowly start planning it. I would really love to go to Japan. I think the culture there, it's just so different to what I'm used to over here, and I think it will be very interesting to go and like see. While we're on traveling, there's also, have you ever been to Australia or Melbourne? So yes, I have been to Australia. I've been to Gold Coast and I fell in love with it straight away. Although I was really sick there, but you know what? It's fine because I was in Australia. I had actually gone for a competition though, so I didn't really see too much of the place, but I was instantly like, the people were really nice, the food was really good, place is like beautiful, and I was at Gold Coast, so it was like surrounded by the beach. Melbourne I've never been to actually. Again, everywhere is on the list of places I want to travel to, so eventually I'm hoping that I hit all these places. Okay, so there are actually another 2 that are similar. There's any plans for Olympics and Los Angeles 2028. How committed are you to getting there? I think this is where the like serious talk starts to play in as well. I think ever since I was a little girl, like as little like, I remember watching the 2008 Olympics and saying like this, I want to go to the Olympics. I was a gymnast back then, and it's always been a big dream of mine to eventually go to the Olympics. So over the past year, it's become like a realization that, especially coming from such a small country, especially being in the event that I am, the lifestyle I have, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it is very close to impossible. Although obviously I am going to keep working to like improve myself, get better, and if it happens, it happens. It's not everything, you know. And I think that's something that had really hit once I had that realization, because it's like it's been your dream since you were young, and then it's like you start to accept the fact that, you know, most likely it's not going to happen. And it was hard, but I mean, being an athlete isn't just Olympics. I've had so many opportunities, I've met so many people, and I think that's really the most important part of being an athlete, the values I've learned. Just because you don't go to the Olympics doesn't mean like you haven't accomplished anything in your athletic career. If it happens, it happens, and it would be awesome if it does. I'd definitely get the rings tattooed on my head. No, not on my head. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I think I've had a very successful career in sport, and again, one competition doesn't define your whole career. Okay, let's go to something funny. Okay, someone actually asked me, fastest time running a 5K. I don't run. When I had started athletics and started running, I just used to find running so terrible. I used to hate it. I just couldn't do it. Like, even nowadays, even the warm-up lap, I'd just be dreading it. And I only do like 200 meters. And I struggle. So I've never ran a 5K before, and I don't see it happening in the near future. I've run a 3K before and almost died, but 5K, again, I can flip, I can't run. And to be honest, flipping is cooler. So, okay, next question is, what languages do you speak? And also the dialect, with regards to the dialect. So languages I speak is obviously English and Maltese. Maltese is the national language of Malta. And with regards to a dialect, I don't even know. I'm like from the south part of Malta, but I don't think if any Maltese had to hear me, they would not think I was from the south, I believe. And I know a little bit of Italian. By a little bit, I mean a little bit. Like, I can understand a bit, and I can speak even less than a bit. I would really love to learn more Italian. So those are basically the two languages that I speak. And again, that bit of Italian, but I am not gonna count it as a language that I know how to speak, because it's quite laughable. Next question. There's actually a lot of questions. I didn't expect that there were so many questions. So next question is, why did you quit gymnastics? So there were quite a few reasons why I had ended up stopping gymnastics. One of them was an injury. So I had an impingement of my tendon, my Achilles tendon, which I had taken steroid injections. I had taken it twice. The effects of it were very short term. The doctor had actually told me to operate as well, but I wasn't really keen on operating. Yeah, that was one of them. Another one was I had qualified for a competition, but I wasn't sent, so I was quite disappointed at that. Another one was the change of coach. Looking back, I could have taken that challenge, you know. It was just so many things were happening all at once. As well, the environment at the place I used to train, I wasn't really happy there anymore. So it was like, you know what, maybe it's like time to stop. I was having a lot of personal stuff going on during that time, and ended up stopping. I had actually gone back the year after for a little bit, but with university I just found it very, very difficult, and ended up sticking to athletics. What do you do to keep motivated when times get tough? Which is a very relevant question, because right now I'm very demotivated. I'm not going to lie. There isn't an answer kind of to it, in the sense, like, as well, it's very different for everyone. I know that motivation, again, even the fact that I've studied this, it's really funny. I know that motivation is something that comes and goes. You're not constantly going to be motivated, and you're not constantly going to be demotivated. It comes in phases. Something I try to remind myself whenever I have a demotivating phase is I try to remember my goals. I think having those goals helps helps you remember like why you're doing this. And I think that's important when you do get demotivated. You remind yourself, why am I doing this? I know that I'm doing this because this is my passion, this is something I love, I want to grow, I want to learn, I want to improve, whatever that why is. And it's good to remind yourself. But apart from that, it's always important to try and constantly remain disciplined. Keep you consistent enough to be able to move on, especially again when there are those demotivating phases when you don't want to do anything. But yes, I think with regards to demotivation, something that is really important is to remember why you're doing it in the first place, to create your goals. And something that also helps me is having a habit tracker. I would say those are like the three main things that will help with that, the three main things that help me with my motivation. How many tattoos do you have? And the tattoo tour, okay? I have, so that's 1, 2, the butterflies, 3, Cupid, 4, 5, there's one here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 10. I have 3 on my back, 1 on my rib, and 6 on my arm. How long did it take you to jump 3 meters? It actually didn't take me long to jump 3 meters. It took me like a month and a half, 2 months. I think a month and a half since I had started, which was like really insane. Because I started pole vault in beginning of January, and winter championships I had jumped the 3 meters. And winter championships are usually mid-February, around that time. Last book you read? I read The Housemaid. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Right now I'm reading the second one, and I'm really excited for the movie to come out. But I hadn't read a thriller in so long, and I'm hooked now. Like, I'm so hooked. It's so good. So The Housemaid, guys, read it. Okay, so time to answer like this big question. So with regards to training, with regards to my injury rehab, as some of you might know, I'm going through an injury. And I also have a question of how are you mentally handling the setback of injuries? What's the most difficult injury you've had to overcome, and how do you stay positive? Okay, so these are all the injury related questions. I think a reason I had stopped recording videos and vlogging because of this injury. Basically, I've been struggling with 2 injuries, one of them being my Achilles tendon, which has been there for almost 2 years now, and my knee tendon, so the hamstring tendon that attaches to your knee kind of, which has been for almost a year as well. Last season I was trying to manage these injuries a lot and just trying to work with my physio to see how we can still train a bit, not train too much, be able to compete. Honestly, the injury really had an effect on me mentally, to the point where I was super anxious throughout the season. I was super like frustrated, and just things weren't working out. The more I tried to push, the more I couldn't, making me more nervous for things, and it was terrible. I would definitely say this injury has been my most like mentally draining one. When I was younger, I would be able to manage the injuries better or recover faster, for example, and this time I found it as a really big challenge. It was to the point where you're like, okay, should I push more or should I not risk making things worse? But I have this important competition coming up, and all these hassles kind of to get better, trying to do things to improve. Obviously, if you're still training, you're not really gonna find an improvement. And anyhow, there were like a lot of things that weren't working, so I had ended the season early and decided to like focus on rehab. Still not training. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry, it's sad. But what happened was I started rehab, I started strengthening, work on the tendons. I had gone to like 3 sport doctors. I went to a sport doctor in Rome, and we did like this whole treatment, like a month of going to physio every day for like 3-4 hours, which was crazy. It was so tiring. Unfortunately, I still didn't find that it really improved. Now, waiting for another MRI. It's like there's a lot, and unfortunately here in Malta, although you're with the national team, kind of, you don't really get things speeded up. Like, if you want to get things speeded up, you'd have to do it privately. It's very expensive, and I don't have the money for that, so I couldn't. So now we're waiting for an MRI. I'm waiting to get the results to potentially operate, but everything is still very uncertain right now. Like, and I think that's what kills the most. It's the uncertainty of what exactly is the injury, what is the protocol I need to take, do I need to do an operation, do I need to take this, do I need to do that? And again, if I have a game plan, things would be so much better. But so far, I really don't. So as much as possible, I'm still trying to do strength work. So I am still doing the strength work I need. I'm still going to physio twice a week, but I'm not jumping so far. I haven't. Last I jumped was in July, and it feels so long ago. I hope I didn't forget how to jump. But the time away from the sport did kind of remind me how much I do enjoy the sport without all the anxieties that I was feeling last season. I'm hoping that slowly the process starts of seeing what's gonna happen with this injury. Slowly, hopefully we'll get back into training, because I'm missing it. I'm actually really missing it. At the same time, not let it affect my mind, in the sense that, okay, San, you've been training, you've been doing sports for your whole life, and now I haven't done a sport. Okay, I'm doing gym work, but it's like so different for months, you know? So it is quite a big thing. It is a tough time, I would say, and again, that is one of the reasons why I wasn't really focusing on social media and stuff. But things are much better now. Still a lot of uncertainty, but like, I've kind of accepted it now, and I'm trying to figure it out step by step. Let's do some light ones. What is your favorite dish? I just love all food. Like, I would say my favorite is a burger with fries. But then I love ribs, I love pizza. How can you choose? You know what I really like? I like in Malta we call it brodo. I guess it's like chicken broth basically, but I love it. I genuinely can eat it like every day. Do you have any trips planned? Yes. So next week I'm going to Portugal for work, and the week after I am going to Bologna for a holiday, which is really needed, and I'm really looking forward to it. So for that, I would like to plan a few more, but again, things are so uncertain right now. Like, I don't know what to do. Another question that I've gotten a lot, I'm gonna probably get a bit red, is regarding like love life. I literally got this question: single, taken, or frustrated with all men, which genuinely made me laugh so much. I am actually seeing someone right now. Oh my goodness, even saying it, I'm getting red. I'm seeing someone, and it's going really well. And that's all I'm gonna say for now, because so no, not frustrated with all men. So far, there's this one that I can put up with. Okay, so like, what are your goals for the season? Honestly, my goals for the season are hopefully recover and just enjoy the sport again. What I was saying before, last season took such a toll on me. Like, it was so challenging. I was so anxious throughout the season. I was literally going to training, and I was questioning, why am I doing this? I wasn't really happy doing it anymore. So the goal is to just hopefully get back into the sport and be happy doing it again, like love it again. There is a competition I would love to go to, but I'm trying not to like put my hopes up on what might happen, because again, things are so uncertain that I have no idea. What is your favorite sporting memory? I've had so many, honestly. Like, with regards to gymnastics, Commonwealth Games was such a great competition. Like, I performed well, and especially the fact that I had gotten injured and still managed to perform, like, that's really, like, has a special place in my heart. GSSC of 2 years ago was really good. I had, like, exceeded expectations. So I was really proud of that. This year, actually, I had European Team Championships, which was really fun because I was feeling very light, happy, and like I was feeling at ease in the sport, which I hadn't felt all season. I don't know, there are so many sporting memories that I love, and it's not just the competitions, it's even like the little training sessions, the camps we have, the opportunities you get with sport. They're what make it like such a special like journey, such a special passion, you know. What's one thing you can't live without? Laila, my family, I would say that those are the main things. Very like, again, I'm very simple, so it doesn't really take much. It's not gonna be like, oh, my iced coffee or something. It's just really just those. What do you do to relax? What do I do to relax? Oh, okay, whenever I'm like tired or stressed or whatever, I fill up an ice bath, and not gonna lie, I live there for 24 hours practically. I'm joking, but I do stay in there for like 2 hours. But I just like unwind. I go in, read a book, probably take like a drink, a nice drink in there with me, and it just makes me feel so relaxed and at peace. Okay, so there's a question, what's dating like for you as a competitive athlete? And what I find interesting, like, it's not just with regards to dating, but even as a social life, especially during the season, even during pre-season. But it's always a big struggle to actually maintain a social life as an athlete, especially with having work and training like all week. Saturdays are usually competitions and still training. After that, you'd be tired, you need to rest. Saturday, I'd be exhausted, so I don't go out. And Sunday, I still feel like I haven't recovered well, so I'd need to recover for the whole week. So it's definitely a struggle to actually maintain that social life. What I always try to do is I do try to kind of plan in advance. It always makes me feel like, okay, mentally I've already blocked it out and I've already kind of accepted that I'm going out here. Okay, last 3 questions. Current favorite artist. Okay, so I would say it's very hard, but my current favorite artist is a band, The Strokes. And honestly, their music it's just so good. I never knew about them before, and they're really, really good. But I love so many different artists. Like, any life updates since you last uploaded? Again, I guess the main updates were my injury and what's regarding to training. Work things stayed the same, I guess. Dating someone, that's a big life update. Not too many updates. And lastly, what are you planning to do after you retire from active sports? You know what? I have no idea. Obviously, I am still gonna be in sport, being a sports psychology practitioner, because I don't think I would be able to kind of get away from sport. But I'm trying to constantly live in the now and not think too much in the future as much, especially again with this injury. It's really made me kind of try focus on being more present rather than overthinking about what might happen, what if, and all that. I think I would still somehow be active in sport. I would still actively be doing something, because I don't think I can go without it. Can't believe we covered all those questions. You know, I've been recording for an hour. I am parched. I need water. So I'm gonna wrap it up over here. It was honestly, oh my god, crazy talking to you again. And I look forward, and I promise that I am going to be active again. Maybe not weekly, because things are, I'm still a bit, but I will be recording more. I will be posting a bit more as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, leave them in a comment and I will answer them, or maybe do another question and answer. Good to be back. So see you next time.